Did the producers of Marvel's Deadpool 3 conspire to rig the 2023-2024 NFL season and the Super Bowl using Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Boss, and we have to talk about what might be the biggest media story of the past year. How the biggest names of Hollywood, music, and sports teamed up in a brilliant marketing ploy to boost NFL ratings, grow Taylor Swift's stardom to even higher heights, and most importantly for viewers of this channel, rescue the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Our focus here on the New Rockstars channel is to analyze films and break down their marketing strategies, not really talk about sports or music or celebrity gossip. But with Kansas City going to the Super Bowl on February 11th, the same day we're expecting to get our first trailer for Marvel's Deadpool 3, a film rumored to feature Taylor Swift herself after Taylor began dating Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and appeared at an October 1st game with the stars and director of Deadpool 3, we must wade Wilson into unfamiliar waters to explain how Ryan Reynolds cleverly brokered a marketing plan to bail out Disney's Marvel Studios using the combined fandoms of the NFL and Taylor Swift. So in this video, I will investigate the timeline and break down this conspiracy in 3 steps. Step 1, Hollywood. Step 2, Taylor Swift. And step 3, the NFL. And I will demonstrate how the elites from each of these worlds joined forces to make this the entertainment media narrative that no one can avoid. And yes, this story may have been something that has been so annoying to you, but to quote the ancient one, this isn't about you. This is about making Deadpool 3 a guaranteed billion-dollar event. And to get there, they need not just us to see this movie, but they need our sports-loving brothers and uncles and our Taylor-loving sisters and nieces and uncles, because you know they love her too. And to any Swifties watching this video, I have nothing but support for what Taylor is doing here. I proposed to my wife while playing Lover. In 2021, I posted a Twitter thread about All Too Well's connections to the Spider-Man films, and this is a friendship bracelet that my niece Marley gave me after we went to see the Eras movie. She says I'm Cardigan. I don't know what that means, but I love it. And to see if I'm right about this Taylor Swift and Deadpool 3 conspiracy theory, come hang out with us at our live show in Los Angeles the week after the Super Bowl, February 15th at Braindead Studios. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Ticket link in the description.
It is so easy to fall into a rut with food, but it's also so boring. My problem is that if it's left up to me, I'll eat the same boring stuff every single day like Zach Huddleston, which is exactly why I'm thrilled when instead of having to figure it out on my own, Cookunity can do it for me. Cookunity is the first chef-to-consumer platform that delivers freshly prepared, pre-selected meals right to your door weekly. Cookunity is basically a pipeline from your home to dozens of talented chefs that cook delicious, inventive meals fresh every day in regional micro kitchens, not warehouse production facilities. And the meals they make are updated weekly, so you can't get bored. You can pick from a whopping 350 plus meals each week based on your dietary needs, including vegetarian, pescatarian, and keto. You know that's me. What kind of cuisine do you like? Or just, I don't know, give me chicken, I won't forget. Which could be the Esther Choi's teriyaki roasted salmon, or if you're more in the mood for beef, you could have a Stacey Baring grilled Asian hanger steak with charred broccolini. Variety is the spice of life, and with Cookunity, you can live a spicy life. Cookunity's roster of all-star chefs include Food Network alums, James Beard Award winners, and acclaimed restaurateurs. Balancing flavor and nutrition in the creations, there is seemingly endless variety of meals to choose from. The subscription is super flexible. You can pause, skip weeks, or cancel at any time, and it's super easy to do. Go to cookunity.com/nrockstars50 or click the link in the description and use my code NROCKSTARS50 to get 50% off your first order of Cookunity meals to try them out for yourself.
Okay, so how did Deadpool rig the Super Bowl? Step 1, Hollywood. Let's rewind the clock to June 2023. Deadpool 3 director Sean Levy was rushing to get as much of Deadpool 3 shot as possible with stars Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman for the looming SAG-AFTRA strike would force production to shut down. On June 13th, Deadpool 3 was actually moved up from a fall release of November 8th, 2024 to an early summer release of May 3rd, 2024. And this, I think, has been the only time in recent years we have heard of a movie being moved up by that much. Most of the time it's like delayed to like 3 years from now. This was moved up. So the production rush was so intense that the typical security measures taken for Marvel Studios productions were completely bypassed. And as a result, a slew of spoilery set photos leaked throughout the summer. To get ahead of this, on July 10th, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman shared the first high-res image of Jackman in his highly anticipated new yellow and blue Wolverine suit for this movie. But the important thing to know about the Deadpool films is that Ryan Reynolds has always taken the lead on the marketing himself in ways few other blockbuster franchises do. It was Ryan Reynolds' social media campaign that made the 2016 Deadpool reboot possible. Deadpool 3 was announced to the public as a team-up with Hugh Jackman Wolverine on September 28, 2022, not by Marvel Studios at San Diego Comic-Con or at D23, but by Ryan Reynolds himself on his personal YouTube account. That was really weird. So back to the summer 2023, 4 days after that Wolverine photo came out, on July 14th, SAG-AFTRA went on strike, and production for all movies, including Deadpool 3, shut down. This strike would not be resolved until November 9th, and on that same day, Marvel cryptically announced a new release date for Deadpool 3, July 26, 2024. And that July release weekend was no coincidence. In summer 2023, the weekend of July 21st was Barbenheimer weekend. It led Barbie to be a billion-dollar hit, it led Oppenheimer to reach nearly $1 billion, and most likely sweep the Oscars. It was a very good summer for Warner Brothers, who released Barbie, and Universal, who released Oppenheimer, but not for Disney. Despite a modest hit with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in May, Disney's other summer releases, including Pixar's Elemental, Lucasfilm's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and The Haunted Mansion, performed below expectations. On Disney Plus, Marvel's Secret Invasion was panned as the worst ever MCU title. Marvel's upcoming fall release, The Marvels, was tracking to underperform, and the court case of Marvel's arch-villain actor, Jonathan Majors, was looming. So Marvel and Disney desperately needed a hit that they could point shareholders to. And at the end of summer 2023, every studio saw Barbie's success that summer and wondered, how do we do this every summer? And heading into 2024, there are probably 3 movies that have the best chance of making $1 billion. Despicable Me 4, Deadpool 3, and Wicked. Joker 2 might have a chance, and maybe there's some other long shot candidate, but those 3 have the best chance. When it comes to Wicked, there have been rumors of on-set drama with Ariana Grande's affair with co-star Ethan Slater breaking up his marriage, and with Deadpool 3, it seems like the direction is to go full eras. In both cases, 2024 Hollywood is steering into the goss, and no one deals in goss and tea and cryptic Easter eggs quite like T-Swift. So step 2, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was Time's 2023 Person of the Year, and it was mostly for her insanely successful Eras Tour. The Eras Tour launched on March 17, 2023 in Glendale, Arizona, and by June, it was the tour everyone was trying to get a ticket to. On June 2nd, Taylor extended the tour to Latin America, and then later on in that month, Taylor extended the tour to Asia, and on June 21st, she announced 3 dates in Tokyo, February 8th, 9th, and 10th. That, you may note, is Super Bowl weekend, but the fact that this announcement came in June is important. On July 8th, Travis Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, attended Taylor's concert at Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium. This is his home field, and Taylor actually used the Chiefs' locker room as her dressing room, and Taylor's cousins would take selfies, not realizing that they'd be right in front of Kelce's locker. And a few weeks later, on July 26th, Travis Kelce talks about this on the New Heights podcast.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I know you went to the Taylor Swift concert. How was it?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah. If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. All right now.
Ooh, yeah. Your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one. So she doesn't meet anybody, and she doesn't, or at least she didn't want to meet me. So I took it personal, but it was an unbelievable show. And honestly,
that's just because she's
Kansas
an Eagles
City
fan and
showed out. I've only seen Arrowhead filled like that for Chiefs games without much excitement, and yeah. Everybody was dressed in pink and purple going crazy for her. It was wild. It was a wild show.
Well, she probably just hasn't gotten over the Super Bowl yet. She's a big Eagles fan, so maybe she just made something up and just didn't want to talk to you.
Damn it.
Aha! So we later learned in a November 20th Wall Street Journal interview with Travis Kelce that someone in Swift's camp brought Kelce's public crush on her to Taylor's attention. Kelce said, quote, "I had somebody playing Cupid." And throughout these interviews, they have never mentioned who that mystery Cupid was. Kelce said that Taylor texted him shortly after the New Heights podcast and that the relationship grew from there. Taylor Swift told Time on December 6th, after they announced that she was Person of the Year, that when she heard Kelce on the podcast on July 26th, she thought it was, quote, metal as hell, and that they started hanging out right after that. So throughout the weeks of August and September 2023, rumors started to swirl. And on September 14th, Kelce would appear in an interview with NFL Plus, and he gets asked about Taylor Swift by Andrew Siciliano.
I said what I said, and I meant what I said when I said it.
You shot your shot, huh,
And
man?
you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to talk about my personal life. I know what you writers want to hear, and you want to hear more about that, and I'm not going to give you anything.
Has she reached out?
Huh?
Has she reached out?
And that's going to wrap it up here with NFL.
Oh, wait.
At this point, the NFL notices that references to Taylor Swift boost engagement on their social posts. So on September 17th, during the Chiefs-Jaguars game, the NFL announcer Ian Eagle says,
Kelsey finds a blank space.
and then during the pregame commentary, NFL Network's Rich Eisen works in as many Taylor lyrics as he can.
Well, even though that bone bruise and the injury one would think is delicate, he's been able to shake it off. I should have known that all too well, that you would not know. Well, I mean, you saw it on Thursday night when Travis Kelce wasn't in there. It left a blank space. But I think he returns today and proves to be the anti-hero.
I'm with you.
I've never
Hard to pick the Chiefs
never
to
out of
lose twice.
style putting on the lone wolf hat. All right, there are the Chiefs. Oh, Kelce coming out. August is over. Now September.
And then Travis Kelce would respond to this post on social media saying, well played, Rich, well played. The following week, Travis Kelce would continue to tease the relationship on the Pat McAfee show, while his brother Jason Kelce confirms that the two are dating on Sports Radio 94 WIP. This brings us to September 24th, when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift first appear publicly together at the Chiefs-Bears game. Swift sat in the Kelce family suite with Travis's mom, Donna, and she left this game holding hands with Travis, passing sports reporter Jarrett Payton.
Hey, how you doing?
So now it was public and official, and the networks went crazy. They went all in on Taylor Swift. On September 29th, NBC used Welcome to New York in a TV spot for the upcoming Chiefs primetime game against the New York Jets. And this is the October 1st game where our paths cross. Taylor Swift arrives to MetLife Stadium to watch the game, and she is joined by her longtime friend Blake Lively and Blake Lively's husband Ryan Reynolds, as well as his Deadpool 3 crew, director Sean Levy and co-star Hugh Jackman. This was the first time Taylor would appear at a game in primetime, and everyone in that suite knew that all eyes would be on them. So Taylor Swift and Blake Lively had been friends since 2015, and Lively and Reynolds had attended a number of Swift social events over the years, but Sean Levy and Hugh Jackman joining them at the game would lead movie watchers to speculate that Taylor Swift could cameo in the Deadpool 3 film, with some theorizing that she could play the pop singer mutant Dazzler, or maybe she could just appear as herself. Now, remember, we never learned who that mystery Cupid was who showed Taylor that interview on the New Heights podcast. Could that have been a podcast watched by Ryan Reynolds, who then told Blake Lively about it, that Blake Lively brought it to Taylor's attention? That's just me speculating, we do not know. But for the next several weeks, watchers of NFL games would notice, sometimes to their annoyance, cameras frequently cutting to Taylor Swift reacting in the box. But you know, showing celebrities and VIPs in the boxes is just something that NFL games always do. Because this is a media event, it's designed to sell advertising, folks. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce would appear in the October 14th season premiere of Saturday Night Live, and they attended the after party. And then Taylor Swift's November 11th show in Buenos Aires, Travis Kelce joined her, and in the closing song, Karma, Taylor changed the lyrics from "Karma is the guy in the screen coming straight home to me" to this.
Karma is the guy on the trees, coming straight home to me.
And that brings us to this past week, when Deadpool 3 has wrapped production, and the Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens to win the AFC Championship, setting up a Super Bowl matchup on February 11th between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. When the Chiefs won, Taylor celebrated with Travis Kelce on the field, wearing a TNT Taylor and Travis friendship bracelet, bringing their courtship full circle. Now, fans have noted that Taylor Swift will be performing in Tokyo the weekend of the Super Bowl, doing a concert on the night of Saturday, February 10th. Could she make it back in time for the Super Bowl game in Las Vegas on Sunday, February 11th? Well, Tokyo is 17 hours ahead of Las Vegas, so when Taylor flies eastbound from Tokyo, she would cross the international date line and effectively go back in time and gain a day. So Taylor's Tokyo concert starts at 6 p.m. on Saturday, lasts about 4 or 5 hours, and then if she were to depart Tokyo in her private jet, it would be like a 13-hour flight eastbound, and she would land in Las Vegas at 8 p.m. Las Vegas time on Saturday night, which would give her enough time to sleep off some jet lag and be there for a 4:30 p.m. kickoff time, Las Vegas time. Don't go by the clocks in the casinos, Taylor, because they don't exist. And for all you Venom heads following this, the amount of time it would take Riot to swim across the Pacific Ocean is 6 months. Now, while Taylor can make this journey with enough time to be there for the game, it is clear that the Tokyo dates and the date of the Super Bowl were just completely unrelated, folks. Taylor set those dates in June, before Travis Kelce saw her in her show in July and before they started talking at the end of July. But the third leg of this conspiracy is the entity I know the least about, but it is the organization most criticized for shady behavior. So how does Deadpool rig the Super Super Bowl. Step 3, the NFL. So after winning the Super Bowl last year, the Kansas City Chiefs went into summer 2023 with what many consider to be the weakest lineup of their recent dominant era. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was going into a season with really no good receivers other than Travis Kelce. The season opener between the Chiefs and the Lions, which Detroit won, made Kansas City look pretty weak, but they did pretty well throughout the season, and going into the postseason, Kansas City was like 3rd or 4th seed, and the Baltimore Ravens were really the favorites to win the AFC. Tommy was hoping the Buffalo Bills would break through. I was hoping my hometown Jacksonville Jaguars would, but you know, all of us are sad now. But I just bring up Kansas City's prospects at the beginning of the year because it's just not likely that anyone would have looked at this Kansas City Chiefs in summer 2023 and thought, this is our likeliest AFC Super Bowl contender. Let's partner the biggest pop star with the tight end and market the crap out of this, while paying some referees to throw a few calls Kansas City's way to make sure this goes all the way to Vegas, and Taylor can give Travis Kelce a jet lag smooch on the field. I'll say it once and I'll say it again, never confuse incompetence with conspiracy. That said, let's spend a second in Conspiracy Corner, brought to you by New Rockstars producer John Costa. Last year's Super Bowl 57 ended with a very controversial call that Eagles fans claim handed the Chiefs the win. This would be before Taylor, but still, that October 1st primetime game with Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy in attendance ended with 2 controversial calls, 1 pass interference called incorrectly, 1 ridiculous holding penalty. On December 10th, the Chiefs were driving to beat the Buffalo Bills in what would have been a game-winning touchdown, but were called offsides on wide receiver Kadarius Toney. Go Gators. But while most agreed with the call, Chiefs quarterback Mahomes complained after the game that normally the referees warn them before the snap if they're not aligned. To that, the game's referee team said that no warning was required, especially if the receiver was so far offside that they were blocking their view of the ball, and that they would have given a warning if it were close, but not if it were that beyond a warning. And on the January 1st game between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys, referee Brad Allen controversially overturned what would have been a game-winning 2-point conversion by Detroit because he said left tackle Taylor Decker didn't report as an eligible receiver, though video showed that he totally did, but the refs said that tackle Dan Skipper reported. This didn't really affect Kansas City's prospects, but some fans point to this as evidence of rigging throughout the NFL at large. Ultimately, America just did not want a Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl. They wanted like a Bills-Lions matchup, or a Ravens-Lions matchup, or a Jaguars-Lions matchup. I say this as someone who currently lives in San Francisco and will probably get jumped on the street after saying this. Really, the biggest sin of the NFL and the networks and all of this has been the way their coverage has put Taylor Swift in the spotlight. The New York Times did a fascinating analysis of the amount of screen time by the second that Taylor Swift appeared in each of her recent game appearances. Each of these games, mind you, were about 3.5 to 4 hours of total broadcast. So we're just talking about the few seconds that we've seen Taylor Swift in each of these. December 25th, Chiefs versus Raiders, we got 3 Taylor cutaways, 14 seconds total of Taylor. December 31st, Chiefs versus Bengals, 3 cutaways, 12 seconds total of Taylor. January 13th, Chiefs versus Dolphins, 5 cutaways, 16 seconds total of Taylor. January 21st, Chiefs versus Bills, 5 cutaways, 21 seconds total of Taylor. January 28th, Chiefs versus Ravens, the AFC Championship, 4 cutaways, 32 seconds total of Taylor. And yes, while that's not a whole lot, you are seeing a slight increase over that time. These numbers are certainly telling, but they do not tell the complete story because, you know, for better or worse, viewers don't see the world statistically, they see it anecdotally. And anecdotally, the networks are playing directly into this expectation. In that January 28th game against the Ravens, when Pat Mahomes threw a touchdown to Travis Kelce to give the Chiefs an early lead, we see Travis Kelce scoring, spiking the ball, and then immediately we cut to Taylor Swift in the box. Normally we would see like a replay of the play in slow motion from a different angle, or like more shots of the players celebrating, or the coaches reacting, or just general fans in the stands. Instead, CBS decided to cut to Taylor Swift first. And this was after months of the networks and the league being called out for doing exactly this. CBS is like, we don't care. And yes, you could say Taylor Swift is a mega star who knows the power of her attendance at any event, but the forces exploiting this moment go far beyond Taylor Swift. I mean, now we're even seeing political conspiracies trying to tie this to the 2024 election. That's not what this is about. It wasn't Joe Biden or Nikki Haley or Donald Trump in the box with Taylor at the first primetime game on October 1st. It was the stars and director of a Hollywood movie, Deadpool 3. And that's why I am so focused on Deadpool 3's involvement in this. But the truth is, my friends, Travis Kelce attending Taylor Swift's July 8th concert and forming a crush on her was probably just a random sincere thing. And Taylor just saw this podcast and was like, sure. It was really the rest of the media that seized on this opportunity. The NFL and the networks referencing Taylor Swift's music, and I think Ryan Reynolds and what is expected to be the biggest trailer on Super Bowl Sunday, Deadpool 3. I only say this because that mystery Cupid in Taylor Swift's orbit who showed her that Travis Kelce interview on New Heights podcast could have been Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds, but I don't think I'll ever find proof that it was them who did that. But I am saying here, if Taylor Swift shows up in that Super Bowl trailer as many are expecting her to. For all the media forces cashing in on Taylor and Travis, mission accomplished. Well done. Think about it. If you are Ryan Reynolds and the whole marketing for your Deadpool MCU arrival, the advent of the X-Men in the MCU, is largely on your shoulders. You're in the driver's seat and you're in a position to save the biggest movie franchise of all time. And you've had time now to re-strategize your movie due to a labor strike. And Marvel has cleared their 2024 calendar for your movie. And your wife's friend, Taylor Swift, is having the biggest summer of her life, now with an NFL star trying to give her a friendship bracelet. And now you see an opening on Super Bowl Sunday for your movie to dominate the year. Yeah, that is a no-brainer. Ryan Reynolds would be stupid not to make this call. Look, I think it's clear Deadpool 3 can make $1 billion without Taylor Swift, and it's not like every Swiftie would line up to see an R-rated Deadpool movie, but the way that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield made Spider-Man No Way Home unmissable, Taylor Swift just brings an extra dimension of star power that no one can deny. After having Harry Styles' cameo in the Eternals post-credit scene leaked and spoiled, Marvel's gotta know that they gotta come right out with these cameos and put a star that big in the trailer. So I don't know if anyone rigged the Super Bowl, but I do believe that, as usual, many media figures are trying to hijack it, and Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool 3 may have found their way in with Taylor Swift. Also, if you're loving this moment that we're in and you want to support what we're doing here at New Rockstars, the best way to support us is by grabbing one of these Eras-inspired Multiverse Tour Deadpool shirts. I can't wait to get one for myself. I'm gonna be wearing one Super Bowl Sunday. These are available on our merch store, nerdriot.shop. Give this video a like and subscribe to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.